It's a brisk November morning in Henderson as we take to the skies with the daring young men of the Magic Valley Air Force.
Well, it's windy up there.
Well, we have 55 members. The club is probably right at 20 years old. We started on a field, about 15 miles from here, and moved to this field, I guess, about 12 years ago.
Their field would be the envy of any flying club. The land is owned by a Jackson businessman and RC enthusiast.
We have a runway which is 40 foot wide, asphalt. It's 575 foot long. We've started out by putting a lot of safety field. We have safety fences for, it's just like driving an automobile. Automobile is dangerous. You have pedestrians. We're here, we have spectators. So we put safety fences up for spectators. We've put pilot stations up to protect them. And the field, we fly every Monday and Thursday. We have a Dawn Patrol Club that comes out and flies. Usually anywhere from 10 to 15 of us will come out. Fly on Saturday and Sunday. And then some folks just come out and fly, anytime.
Not only do you get to fly, the hobby also allows you to be a designer, builder, mechanic, and an aeronautical engineer.
I've been in this hobby and I've been in real flying for over 50 years of the full scale. I did aerobatics at air shows in a minor way with full scale. This is where my aerobatics excels now.
No different than a real airplane. You have 4 controls. You got the throttle, elevator, tail run,
And just like the real planes, these radio control flyers can have their political battles.
Today, in the hobby, noise abatement is a major problem. That there's many clubs throughout the United States that have lost their flying field because of people building homes surrounding. We all know about the great expansion of home building. Well, they come and they build their houses next to a flying field and then complain about the noise.
But these tenacious flyboys and girls just find another field and climb up into the blue.
About 32 or 3 years ago, 3 or 4 individuals were flying off of the campus at Jackson State Community College, not knowing whether we should or not. But since that time, we have developed over 100 members in 2 clubs.
We have airplanes in our blood. That's all you can say.
I began when I was 9 years old, and it's a hobby that entails beginning with materials and building an airplane, and then having the excitement of seeing if it will fly. Most of the flyers nowadays don't build their airplanes. They buy them ready to fly or almost ready to fly. But to me, I enjoy building it, sometimes even designing an airplane, starting from scratch, just the materials. And then the terrible amount of excitement on that first flight. You have no idea what's going to happen when it lifts off the ground.
Starting from the time I was a little boy, you always managed to put them in the ground, but when they did fly, they were wonderful.
Well, with me, it's just getting away from anything. You can't fly these without thinking about what you're doing. So, the pressure, daily pressure of running a business or anything you're doing all goes away. You have to concentrate on what you're doing, and, it's a talent that as you get better, you just move into a faster plane or a different type of aircraft. Some people will fly helicopters or jet or something else, anything that you enjoy flying. The real plane, you can, get the same exact plane and fly in models.
In 1937, Dr. Walter Good and his twin brother Bill designed and built Big Guff. They also built their own radio gear, and a hobby was born. Henry Ford attended one of Walter's demonstrations, and Big Guff nearly hit the automaker. Dr. Good reported that Mr. Ford never batted an eye. Big Guff is still on display at the Smithsonian Institute.
This is a 50-year-old plane. It's hand-built, same engine, and I think it's the most proficient plane that I have. I have 7, and I fly this one as much as I can. I just love it. It was the first giant-scale airplane. Most airplanes were 35, 40 inches, 50 inches, and this is the biggest one of its era. And it took over the country. A lot of them were flying. I think this is about the only one left.
A lot has changed since 1937. There are now helicopters to fly. The engines are better and last much longer. Digital radio controllers have virtually eliminated interference. New battery technology has advanced electric planes, and model jets now use real jet engines. These little turbines sell for up to $3,000, but they sound like the big ones, deliver 25 pounds of thrust, and will push a model up to 180 miles per hour. Tommy Woolley is the club's jet jockey.
Well, you can't sneeze or blink your eye. If you had to, you done lost your plane. You just have to stay on top of it, keep it out in front of you, because if it gets behind you, you're in trouble.
Whatever your age and whatever you fly, the Academy of Model Aeronautics provides safety guidelines, education, training, sanctioned events, and most importantly, a $2 million liability insurance policy against accidents.
We have a father-son where the son gets in free if the father joins. We cut the price for the kids. We've got 5-year-olds that can fly. You wouldn't believe how good they can fly. We had one out here at the last fly-in. I'm not sure how old he was. I think he was about 10. He can fly as good as I can. One of the things I hate about this sport is I'm an instructor, and I teach these kids, and in 6 months they're better than I am. And it's the reaction time. They're just so good from the computer games, and they don't have any fear. Their eyesight is good. Their depth perception is good. So you can enjoy this at 80. You can enjoy it at 6.
Even on a cloudy, windy day when the flying isn't great, the camaraderie and friendship is well worth the trip. And so today, it's off to Brenda's for lunch and some friendly debate.
Inherently, man has always wanted to fly. And for some of us, we fly with our feet on the ground.
And then when you get back in the hangar, then you've solved the world's problems, right?
Yes, we have some of the world's greatest authorities on nearly everything assembled here today.
And you're speaking of one of them.
Guilty as charged?
And I like electric. The gas guys don't like electric, but if they'd ever start flying electric, they'd feel the same way we do.
As long as you supply the voltage, it runs. And for that reason, there's no messing around. You just charge the battery, put it in the plane, let her go.
Electrics is where we're going because it's clean flying, and it's quiet flying.
To me, electric is very close to a toy. And they don't make any noise.
It also asks you about helicopters.
When I start my airplane, I like to hear something. Even if I couldn't fly, I would like to listen to the engines.
Now, all we have to say about his comments are that some people live in the dark, and sooner or later they have to come out into the light and see the electric's the way to go.
The real flyers fly both, electric and nitro.
That's a nice political answer.
Yeah.
Gas or electric, fixed wing or helicopter, you can watch them fly at the 3 annual club fly-ins. We'll be back to watch the show.
We've come a long way from the beginning. I remember flying 3 airplanes from Jackson State's campus without a radio, free flight, and I got 1 flight out of each. The last one I saw was headed downtown, and I don't know where it landed. I thought it was probably on the desk at the mayor's office.
There's probably in Jackson over 100 pilots that are a member either this club or the other club. There's another club in Jackson also. And it's a wonderful sport.